Good morning, Nerdfighteria. It's Sunday, December 31st. It's New Year's Eve. For the past 3 years, I've made a video on the first Sunday of the year that is a continuation of ongoing thoughts I've been developing around self-improvement and existing in the world. So I'm going to continue that tradition this year. I've linked the other 3 videos in the doobly-doo, but this video should also stand alone, so you're not required to watch the other ones. The past couple years, I've talked about struggling while not seeing others around you struggling, and managing having so many ideas and limited time. But today I want to return to the roots of this series and talk about things that I'm struggling with in terms of self-improvement. I see so many flaws in myself. There are so many things about myself that I want to be different. And something that I've been wrestling with recently is that I will never be able to reach whatever goals I have for becoming an ideal person. Sometimes these are an artifact of how my brain works. For example, I really enjoy square dancing, but it also causes me to enter an autistic shutdown relatively often because it involves so much touching other people, the music can be really loud, and it's easy to get confused about what I'm doing. I desperately want for that to stop happening because it's no fun to need to sit out while my friends continue dancing, but this also isn't something I can actually change about myself. I can take steps to make it easier for myself, like wearing gloves and earplugs, and maybe over time I can build up a tolerance to it, but there's nothing I can do that will take this struggle away completely. Other things are artifacts of how I was raised. For example, my room is an absolute disaster. It's so messy. I think this is largely because my family's entire house was a disaster when I was growing up. There was no expectation to keep it clean, so I never built up the habit of putting things away right away or picking up on a regular basis. This one isn't entirely unchangeable. I'm slowly getting better at it, especially now that I live with other people that have different standards. But it still doesn't come naturally to me, and I don't think it ever will. I will always have to put effort into noticing when things are messy and choosing to make things neat. And still, other things are subject to the limitations of the laws of the universe. On some level, I expect more of myself than is physically possible for one person to do. There are only 168 hours in a week, and there's nothing I can do to change that. I think this is something I've been struggling with a lot lately. There are so many things I want to do in life, so many ways that I can make the world better, either in small ways or big ways, and it's hard to feel like my life is worthwhile if I can't accomplish all of those things. And this brings me to the big question of this video. What makes a life worth living? I've talked before about how many projects I'm juggling at any given moment, and these are the things that bring me joy. Working on the Anthropocene Rescribbled brings me joy. Choreographing round stances brings me joy. Running and playing D&D campaigns brings me joy. But when I'm working full-time or in school, I don't always feel like I have enough time to really do those things that bring me joy. It's hard to imagine creating a life for myself where, in the long term, I feel satisfied with what I have accomplished. It's so frustrating that I have to spend so much time working a job and sleeping and feeding myself and keeping the house clean. On some level, I think I get frustrated with what I feel is a lack of autonomy. I don't get to pick whether I need to sleep or whether I need to eat. Biology just demands that I do it. I probably won't have full agency over what I'm doing at work or when I'm doing it. I can't just decide I don't feel like doing work today, I want to work on a side project instead. And this is a hard thing for my ADHD brain to deal with. I don't always have very good control over where I put my attention. I am coming up on major life changes. I will hopefully be finishing my undergrad degree in the next few months, and then I will be applying to grad schools. I'm trying to tease out what kind of life would make me happy, and there are some factors that I get control over. Choices I can make to make things work for me. But I'm scared that life will be nothing more than tolerable, and that's not what I want. I feel like usually these videos include strategies I've developed to cope with the topic, or I start by stating a problem I'm facing and then I tell you how I'm dealing with it, but I don't really have that today. Today, I just have fear and uncertainty. If you have any words of wisdom or comfort for me, I welcome them in the comments or in the server. Maybe next year I'll be able to come back with an update on this and offer some advice. But for now, I hope you all have a lovely 2024 and the FTBA.